Thanks a lot, Canada.
We want stats.
We want stats on dating apps now, or we're going to pick it outside of the parliament. It's the two of us. We want dating stat apps. All right, here we go. Hi. Season 2. Season 2. Here we go. Also, too, this is actually our new setup, except you have to envision right here, we're going to have a nice neon sign that is on its way. So that will look good.
It's going to look like this.
Pretty much.
How fun.
Also, too, huge shout out again to our 74% of our audience is still men. So thank you guys between the ages, I think it was like 30 to 45. That's our audience.
I thought it was a little bit older. Why did I think it was like 30 to like
Maybe
60?
It's like 35 to 50 or something.
Okay.
So thank you, men. All right, so today we are covering the wild and wacky world of online dating.
She hasn't had to deal with this.
No.
You haven't.
No. So
I have.
Okay, so literally my only experience with online dating was the app Plenty of Fish. Is that still around?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I never did it. I never did Plenty of Fish.
In 2004, online dating was still kind of like people
fresh.
considered it weird still.
That was fresh.
And I feel like they were the ones, at least like in Canada, I feel like they were the ones that really promoted it being like more like social media, right? Because it kind of felt like MySpace or something, right? Like you could upload tons and tons of pictures, you could chat with people. It was like different than Match.com or all of those other ones at the time that felt like for lonely old people. Of that experience, I only went on one date, and this guy, okay, maybe he's bisexual. He was definitely more on the homosexual side than the heterosexual side. So that's it. That encompasses.
So that was it. That was it for you. That one in time only.
That is literally
and you think the guy was gay.
He definitely was gay. Or at least bisexual, but very on the homosexual versus heterosexual side. Okay, but you on the other hand. Okay, so obviously for anybody who's never met us before, hello. How are you? Hope you're good.
Hello.
I'm married, and I've been married for a really, really long time. I was about to say the F word there, and I did a good job.
Amazing.
And Crystal,
you're doing great,
is single, looking to mingle.
I am.
Mm-hmm. So you have a lot of experience with the dating apps.
I haven't used Plenty of Fish. Never used Tinder. It was Bumble.
You never used Tinder?
I never did.
Shut up. You never even started a Tinder profile?
I don't think I did for some reason. I did eHarmony.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I wanted something like serious. I think it was just before the pandemic.
Really? Recently? Okay.
I think it was recently. I did eHarmony.
Okay.
And I met a guy on there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. At first I was like, oh wow, this is something different. This is, and they showed themselves to be a certain way and that they're open to the lifestyle that I have.
Okay.
Really, they just want to fuck you. Excuse my language. Sorry. They want to, meet you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel like some of the older men will put effort in because they're like, oh, if I like maybe pretend to be into this realm, then she'll, they try to fake their way to it. When I saw the red flags.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, let's give it a try.
Okay. And that was through eHarmony.
Yeah.
Because there are...
You would think because eHarmony, okay, so there's different platforms,
right? There are
so Plenty of Fish.
8,000. There are over
that's
8,000, like throughout the whole world, there are over 8,000 dating sites.
8,000, that's a lot. So I'm on Seeking Arrangements, that's for work, and I'm very clear on my profiles of why I'm there, what I'm here for. Bumble, I just went back on to do this. And I was like, you know what? I'll actually take this quite seriously and see if I can start dating again. It's summertime. Like, why not? Let's see. Let's give this a try. again. Like, again.
Okay, so you go through phases, and
Right,
I'm sure
and-
like other people do
Yes.
too, right? So you go through phases where you kind of go, okay, I'm going to give apps, maybe a new app comes around, right? So you give that one a go, and then you think it might be different or think the experience is going to be a little bit different or whatever, and then you go on it and then you get fatigued,
But you
and then
even
you
think
stop.
you change, though. This is the whole thing. So I've been talking to people the past couple weeks about their experience on the apps. And most people actually have the same experience. It's like they'll go in for about 3-4 months.
Okay.
But then when you're going in, you're like, well, I haven't gone for like 7-8 months. You know what? I got new pictures and I'm a new me now. So I'm going to attract new people. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch, it's the same. I'm bombarded right now.
I was going to say, like, women get bombarded.
Yeah. You're bombarded. I have a little thing that says, if you want to see all of the people that are trying to reach out to you, it's 50 plus more men waiting in line for me to chat with them.
Right.
But they want me to pay so then I can see them all. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay.
No.
Most women don't. Men pay. That's where they
Yes.
make their money, is the men.
And it's interesting because it's like, I've listened to a lot of content. A lot. Not in just preparation to talk about this, but just because it interests me, because social human behavior interests me. And it's really, really interesting. I find that, like, definitely the millennials and the Gen Zs, God bless y'all, but you don't even listen to our stuff. So they tend to be very, like, nihilistic a lot, which I totally get. Our society is where it's at right now. Yeah. But they tend to be very nihilistic. And they also tend to be, like, they tend to kind of think that things are against them. So I've been listening to a lot of, like, I don't want to say like red pill content, but in that sort of vein. And a lot of the guys are really, really convinced that, like, the algorithm is against them. That like women have it so easy on these dating apps and blah, 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 blah. It's like, listen, the algorithm. 74% of the people on Tinder are heterosexual males. And then like
74%.
Yeah. And then
74%.
Yes.
Out of this, that's like this.
Yes. And then only like this and a half is heterosexual women. And then this little piece is like, yeah. Exactly. Okay. I can understand if they're spending a lot of their time on there and they feel like they're not receiving something back from it. But like, I don't think, it's really interesting, and it's really, really hard to like put this in a really condensed way, but like it's like men want the female experience of a dating app. They want to like go on this app, open their like inbox and be like, oh my God, I am bombarded with bitches, right? Yeah. They want that experience where that's not going to fucking happen. Where does that happen in real life? Have you, as a man watching this program right now, ever gone out anywhere and had to just bat the bitches off? Like, the online experience is just a condensed version of real life.
Bitches off.
It's true. So it seems weird to me, and I wish that, like, and you guys know we love our male audience. So yes, I'm not shitting on you guys. I'm just trying to like
bring realistic
mind. Yes, because
bring reality. Yeah, because it's the numbers, and Chris is bringing the numbers to us today.
Yeah, but it's true. It's like they're looking for this experience that females get, and then they feel so angry towards the women. They're like, oh, you're so like lucky. You just go on there. You don't even have to try. You just have to exist. It's like, but you guys are the ones that keep like propelling this cycle forward by like mass inboxing all of these women and then like gaslighting us and getting mad that we're getting this attention from you guys that are giving us this attention. It's a strange thing. And then it's like, but in reality, like I said, men don't go anywhere and have women just like, hi, sir. Like, that's just not reality.
But, okay, so that being said, I asked a girlfriend of mine, I said, okay, I'm doing the podcast, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, you've been divorced. And I said, now you've done some dating apps and you've gotten some partners out of it. I said, how's that experience for you? She's like, fake. She's
Fake.
like, I feel so superficial.
Yeah.
She's like, I am at my most superficialist when I'm on those. She's
Okay.
like, that's because she's like, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
She's like, Crystal, I would have never swiped on my husband or my ex-boyfriend. She's like, I would have never, if they were on that app, she's like, I would have swiped no.
Yeah.
She's like, so for me, because I was like, well, what's your conclusion? She's like, they're crap. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's all about the energy. She's like, it is about the energy.
Because the way you can invert that, okay, is like, you think of all of these guys who swipe yes. If they're even vaguely attracted to the girl. Yes. And statistics say that's what happens. Like, literally men swipe like 50% more than women do. Okay. Yeah. So the interesting thing though is like, if you were to,
is that it's desperate. It's desperate energy, isn't it?
It feels desperate, but I think we can like swap it. So your friend said that she would not have dated these guys.
She wouldn't have married.
She wouldn't have married her if she saw them on the app.
Yeah.
Right. But it was being in their presence that made her go like, oh, I like this about you. I like this about you. We have a good energy together. Da, 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 da. But I think with like men, it's the inverse. Like, how many girls have you actually met in your life, men, who you look at and you're like, oh, she's really pretty. But then the second you get in like her energy, it's like, we're not compatible, or like, you can admire a woman's beauty, but that doesn't necessarily mean, most of the time, like 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with how like qualified you guys are to be together in any way. One night stand, a lunch date, 2-year relationship. Yeah. So it's like men are going like, yes, no, yes, she's okay, yes. But like, it's the inverse of what your friend said. If they were to meet the girl in real life, like if they were to have to meet, let's say you spend 2 hours on Tinder and you swipe like 300 girls. Yeah. I bet you they would like such a small pool of those women if they met them in real life.
They'd probably only like 5.
Exactly.
Out of the 300.
Exactly. So it's like, when
and then out of that, it would be, there'd be something of down to 3.
It just gets smaller, and then smaller,
1.
smaller. But that's like fucking normal. That's how people like exist in real life. Like, think of like when, okay, so some of you all like work in really big office and there might be hundreds or even thousands of people there, but the best way that we can all sort of universally think about this is school, because we've all gone to school. Yeah. Right? And you think like, so my high school was small and we had like, I think like 1,100 people there. Do you know how many people I had a crush on the entire time I went to school there? Like 4? Yeah. 4. Yeah. And once I got to know some of them, I was like, nah, he's just hot. Yeah. Right? I ended up marrying one of those people. But like, that's like, okay, so let's say half of those were men. So like 5. So out of 500 men, I liked 1 man. Yeah. I liked 1 man. That's just like the reality of numbers.
How do we navigate this then? Like, for me, since you're already with somebody, so me, that's like, I do want to be with somebody and I don't want it just to be a fuck. You know, I would like to.
Well, quarter of all of the people that join apps, okay, these 8,000 different dating site apps, 1/4 of them are not looking for a commitment. Okay. 3/4 say they are looking for a commitment.
But is that really true, the 3/4?
Well, I think that if we go back to like...
Because like I said, they want to fuck you. Yeah. If they think they might have a chance, no offense, my guys, but let's just be fucking real here. It's like, you kind of do get along with the person. You have good conversation. There might be a little few red flags. But it's like...
Yes, but maybe it's because they realize it's not going to like go anywhere with you, right? Let's say you're on a date with a guy. Let's say you've gone on like 2 or 3 dates.
This guy, I went on like 6, 7 fucking dates with him before I gave him
any cuckoo. This guy's a write-off. Okay, so let's just say you're a random guy. You go on a date with a girl who you've obviously swiped on, so you think that she's attractive, right? Yeah. But then through the date, like I said, our inverse thing, like you realize, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere, but I'm still attracted to her. Maybe we can have sex. Right? So you're still trying to like get the best thing out of that opportunity. I can't really blame somebody for wanting to do that.
But they're liars. Lying about what their intentions are. Why can't you be truthful? Just be fucking truthful. Be truthful.
So that's
with your intentions.
So that's a really big thing, right? Is
liars.
The
fuck.
Okay, so
excuse my language.
Online dating.
I'm not doing good with the swearing today, am I?
Online dating and dishonesty is
yes
like a problem.
I think it's the biggest problem.
The biggest problem.
It really is. Because people aren't putting up their true pictures. Sometimes I've
I feel like girls are probably the worst, bro.
No, listen. I think...
Come on.
I don't know. I'm not
girls
a guy.
Girls are definitely... Come on. We're the worst for that.
Well, gentlemen, tell us. Are they?
We're the worst.
I feel like any guy... Actually, okay, it's true. Because when I show up, the guy's like, wow, you're even more beautiful in person than... than in your pictures. I'm like, oh, thanks. They're like, you look like you.
Oh my God.
But I've had a couple guys where I come in and I'm like, oh, hi.
Okay.
Like, so they've put on pounds and like they look old. And and they're lucky I like old guys, but older men, but I'm like, why didn't you just be you? I'm like, I still would have came.
Because girls, if like you said, your friend is going swipe, swipe, swipe. So if they're looking for the most attractive person, you can understand why.
But you're going to know the person's going to show up and you're about 20 years older in your person and about 100 pounds over.
Real estate pictures. Like real estate pictures, you're like, that lady's had that sign at that bus stop for 20 years. It would be shocking to go into that bitch's office and be like, oh yeah, sorry, I saw you at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy, she's way old. Like real estate agents keep that picture for like 2 decades.
You know what? That bitch might be getting Botox and fillers and keeping that face like...
Well, maybe the old guy who has now gained weight and shit like that, maybe he's hoping to win the girls over with that thing we're talking about.
Yes.
People being dishonest is a really
it's a poopy. It makes that, I think it makes the dating apps shit, number one. Mm-hmm. It's and even like I feel like a lot of people, like even with FetLife and Seeking Arrangements, like these platforms are for certain like premises.
Yeah, like
right? And some like I've been seeing men on all of them with their wording differently.
Okay.
Like one on FetLife was spanked and spoiled, and then I saw him on Bumble. I'm a loving, caring guy looking for...
Hey, we're all allowed to be multifaceted people. My profile in Facebook is different than my Instagram, which is different. They're also different.
But you're on a platform called Seeking Arrangements, where you're putting an arrangement, but then you're on a dating app. So are you dating or are you seeking an arrangement? Like what is it that you're actually looking for? So I actually think there's a lot of confusion within the collective, because they're getting so much through these apps of like, you can have this, you can do dating, you can do work, you can do this. So I think people are actually getting confused to what
because
the fuck
all it is at the end of the day
want.
Is a race for your eyeballs to be on that app as long as humanly possible. Okay, it's pretty obvious, like we kind of briefly discussed, it's pretty obvious to see where men are sort of like screwing up in the whole how they're perceiving dating apps. And I think for women, it's that women are now collecting like a version of likes, right? So it's proven that women are far, far, far more addicted to social media apps, and men are far more addicted to video games and online pornography.
And porn.
But women have a truly...
Dirty porn lovers.
have a truly like unhealthy obsession with social media, right? I'm just as bad on like my social media. Yeah. And I think what's happening with a lot of these women, and a lot of guys are saying like, first of all, men need to understand how bombarded women are getting with messages, and it becomes like a second like part-time job. Women, again, we'll go to that like, okay, if men go to a bar and you know, they really can't expect a lot of attention, right? Women are going to go to a bar no matter what they look like. Generally, they're going to get more attention than even like generally the best looking male. It's interesting because even still, you take that example and then you put it in this like condensed form of online, like let's say Tinder or something, the girl is still going to get way more attention on this app because there's so many more people, right, than she would going to like a live event.
Well, number one, 75% men are on the apps.
Yes.
So of course we're going to get more attention.
And it's like so, becomes addicting, I'm sure.
Okay.
You got a thought bubble?
Oh, I do. So if there's 70... a brain fart. There's 75% of you on the dating app. Okay, this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Isn't there more women on the planet than men?
Because of the whole one-child policy in China, there's actually slightly more men than women.
Okay.
But slightly.
Okay.
Slightly.
So what's going on? Why are there 75% men on these dating apps? What's going, like, literally, like, this is my question even to you guys, like, what's going on?
Because why? I think men are gamifying dating apps and women are using it. So men are taking their like kind of universal obsession with online gaming, online pornography, filtering that energy into these dating apps, right? And then women are taking their obsession with social media, social gratification, right? And taking beautiful pictures, filtering it, like the vanity of all of that. And then they're going onto these apps and they're just gobbling up all of that like attention and everything, but not doing anything in real life with it, right? Because also they probably just don't want to. Like, what are you going to do? Go, like, how could you possibly answer all of those messages? How could you go on dates with all of those? How could you
I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Everyone's here for it. Also, too, I really think that a big thing that guys... Definitely girls too, 100%, okay? Yeah. But like, I really feel like it's more guys, and there's some really great content creators that I love, and they're like young millennials, and they talk about this kind of stuff. And I really think that like the failure is men not getting outside of the app and thinking like, well, if I can't meet anybody on the app, I am unlovable. It's like, bro, no way you're unlovable. Do you know how many, like, ugly guys there are walking around with hot women? Because, like, ultimately, that's not what's going to, like, keep a lady with you.
No.
Because it's just not important enough.
No, putting effort into her, making her feel seen, heard, and honored. You know.
And doing you. Yeah. Like, what's, like, I don't want to just see your picture. I don't want you to, like, oh, yeah, I do hiking. It's like, okay, yeah, I guess that's cool or whatever. But, like, when you actually, like are out in the world, but that's a fucking problem with all these youngins. So listen, all you youngins just stay in your fucking houses watching bullshit like this all day.
Yeah. So you know what it is? I was like, okay, let me do it differently on Bumble. Let me ask different questions. So I was like, I'd say, because it was like, hi, how are you? Great. What do you do? Like very.
Did you ask them like messed up questions?
I did. I asked them, like, let's play a game called Would You Rather?
Dun, dun, dun.
So my 3 ones is kiss or touch, lace or silk, handcuffs and ropes. I was like, I'm going to keep it light. Yeah. I'm going to keep it, like, you know, fun, cute, a little bit sassy.
Kind of universal.
Right. And then I said, and I want to know why. And then I'm like, and then I want you to give me some questions to ask. Yeah. So I was like, let's have some fun. It's been okay. It's been okay. But this one guy asked me, I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but he asked me, he's like, would you rather in these 2 books? Never even read. And then these movies, I only saw one. And then he asked something else. And I was like, oh yeah, that I know that one. That
because you know it.
And then I was like, I'm like, okay, you know how I feel about my whole spelling thing and reading and all of that. And I was like, do I be honest? I'm like, or do I be a faker like the rest of these motherfuckers on this and just Google it and pretend I read it? And I was like, well, sir, I've never read either of those books, so I have no clue.
So you know, there's probably a good chance you guys aren't really a good matchy. 14%
got married.
14% of people who did online dating
got married
to the person that they ultimately ended up
with. But then we don't know the divorce stats on that one.
That's true. I think the divorce stats, okay, so a lot of these stats, these are all coming from the US because it's really hard to find Canadian stats.
I wonder why.
Well, that comes from universities and governments, so they're failing us. Thanks a lot, Canada.
We want stats.
We want stats on dating apps now, or we're gonna pick it outside of the parliament. It's the two of us. We want dating stat apps.
Get these old white women off the fucking...
I think that if you are looking for love, if you're looking for connection, if you're looking for even hookup, because apparently it's pretty bleak to even find hookups.
I think so.
If you're looking for that, okay, I think that we all have to collectively agree that you can't put all of your eggs
in one basket
into the dating online basket.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the app.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Like, you can't make that the only place that you intend to
and
meet
be clear.
people.
Actually, I think because I was thinking, I'm like, what advice do I want to give? And what advice do I want to give to myself now that so for those 3 apps that I'm collectively in, I made it very clear on the one app why I'm there, and I made on the FetLife, I made it very clear to why I'm on there as well, and I made it very clear to why I was on Bumble. So I think number 1, getting super clear with yourself and like, why am I on here? Like, no, truly, why am I on here? Am I on here just to like have sex? Do I actually really want a relationship? If you don't want a relationship, I think you should just tell people, you know what, actually, I'm not even sure. Because you get that like, what's the one line? It's like, not looking for a relationship, but if something grows. You know? Fucking want. Either you want a fucking relationship or you don't. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think it means like,
they're not stupid line. Yeah. It's the stupidest
You know
line
what? It's
ever.
so funny. It's just
it's like it's so like, I'm here. I'm hanging in the wind.
I know, but I feel like I relate to that.
Oh,
like, I feel like a lot of these issues, and that's why I love watching.
She'd be the worst on the dating
I
app.
would be, dude.
I
say it all the time. I'm always like, thank you, God, for making me born in 1983 and finding my husband in high school, because the few times that him and I have had like breakups when we were like young, I was a horrible human being to men. So I was like, whoa, if you gave me the power of like online, I would just like decimate people. Pew, 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 pew. So yeah, I'm really, really happy. Because I have like, you know, I get really like, ooh, when it comes to like masculine and feminine energy talk or whatever. But to keep things simple, I have like a lot of that like masculine energy. So when I do watch a lot of content like that we were talking about, right? For like how guys feel about online stuff like that, I actually like really deeply sympathize with them.
So do
like,
I.
I totally get it. Like, I totally get being like, listen, I'm just out here and I want to have fun. I want to hook up. I want to meet people. But if something happens, I'm open to it.
Oh, of course. But then that's the thing. Word it right. I'm saying it's this generic line that is used by so many men. I like hikes and blah, blah, blah. And
Who's hiking?
not.
I never see anybody fucking hiking.
Oh, okay. No, the pictures, they're hiking. They're hiking and they're kayaking in their pictures.
That's
Bless
too much.
them.
That's too much.
Bless them.
If I saw that, I'd be like, no. I think that's a really, really big failure.
Right, because the whole thing is like, that's what I wanted to do is like, what can we share to like help? Like, how can we consciously, all of us, move into a higher frequency of good dating?
I think what you should do is go like, okay, I'm just going to basically, I'm going to throw a fishing line out here online and just kind of keep it strolling. Yeah. Strolling. I don't know. I fucking hate fishing.
Scrolling.
And you know what I mean? Just like kind of keep that out there. But then it's like, if you want to actively get laid, or you want to actively find love, or actively find like a fun like couple months relationship or something like that, you have to get the fuck out of your home to do it. Yeah. Like, people are being so lazy and then just like gaslighting the whole system. Like, online dating is broken. Get the fuck off there 24/7. Yeah. You know, go out and do something else. It's like, you meet people at the fucking park.
Yes. I meet everybody everywhere.
Because you go out all of the time. Yeah. And that makes such a big difference. But like, I mean, our lovely, amazing producer daughter, she's 20 and she doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, my sister too.
Do you know what I think needs to happen? Is the millennials, I know you guys feel like you're a doomed generation. The
but
Zoomers,
they're not.
You guys are just fucking crazy and I love you, okay? But like, I think that what needs to happen is that they need to start creating more events. I saw this event that went really viral It was kind of like when everything opened up in the pandemic, and it was in like a cool city. It was like LA or New York or something like that. Something that has like an abundance of people, okay? And what they did, you're gonna love this. They had a Short King bar night event. So every guy that you couldn't enter this party, okay? You could not enter this party if you were over 5'9". Okay. And then the women that came to this event was outrageous, and all of these guys ended up being in all these pictures with all of these beautiful women, getting all of this attention from all of these women, because it was a fucking real life event. And I was looking at the picture of like these guys, and I'm like, okay, they're also like hot. Like it's like a whole bunch of hot guys at this event.
Under 6 foot.
5'9" and under. And it was crazy because know that these guys ended up hooking up with some of these girls. Maybe relationships started. I don't know. I wasn't there. Wish I was. But like they have to like take all of that energy that they're putting into these apps and like put that into real life events that could be really cool like that. Like the Short King event. Yeah. Because a girl is definitely going to go through a profile, and this is an unfortunate statistic. But if a girl sees that you're under 6 foot, she's like, swipe, right?
Unless she's got a fetish for short guys.
Right, yeah.
Us Amazonian women. No.
But like,
I like them all.
It's like doing something like that is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of this conversation. You're giving women an opportunity to see who you are, not just how you look. Yeah. So I feel like a really big thing that needs to come back. Y'all need to just get out of your comfort zones and try this and like create events. Like, where are the millennial event creators? Where are they? Where are the Zoomer event creators? Like, you guys create some cool events that exactly cater to that. Like, guys under 5'9", girls over 6 feet. Like, weird little niche events that kind of,
or even like, go to like little events like a weekend retreat where you learn how to talk to women, and women learn how to talk to men, and like how to have this beautiful exchange with each other, and
just do more. You seriously have to be around people, and like pheromones are a real thing.
Pheromones are a very real thing.
So it's like
very real.
I've been attracted to people.
Someone, you're like,
and you don't even notice it sometimes. Yeah. Like, I've been attracted to people who I'm not physically attracted to, in the sense of like they don't fit the specific things that I'm looking for in like a physical appearance, but there's just something about them, you know, being around them makes you feel crazy. And
makes you feel love that.
Stick to like 1 or 2 apps. Yeah. Go in knowing exactly what you're looking for.
What are you looking for? Yeah, be clear and honest.
Get the fuck out of your house.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually go out on the dates. Go out, right? Like, there's a lot of people are talkers on there. It's like, actually go out.
Yes.
Go out.
I agree.
Go out. I'm pretty good with that. I think a lot of men like that about me, because they're like, oh, I've tried to go out with this one lady about 7 times, and I'm like, 7 times?
Give up.
Why give up? Give up after the 3rd.
So that is our unsolicited YouTube advice for the day. Get the fuck off your app and go outside and meet people outdoors, but also
share, and follow our videos. And keep fishing.
Keep fishing. All right. Until next week.
Keep fishing.
Oh my God. All right. We love you guys.
We love you.
Bye.